Why is everyone at the gym now? At the end of COVID-19, I'd never heard of the gym before. Maybe I've heard it once or twice, but ever since the end of COVID in 2021, it's only become more and more not part of my life, but it seems everyone else's, especially in Generation Z, and especially in the culture too. Anecdotally, in the past 4 years, the amount of people that have gone to the gym has risen dramatically. In fact, some people refer to Generation Z as Generation Active. 80% of people who go to the gym are Gen Z, according to lemil.com. Furthermore, anecdotally, 80% of the people I meet go to the gym. And that's not because I'm in a specific gym bubble where the people I meet are at a greater propensity to go to the gym because they align with my values more. Every person I meet who isn't even similar to me, 80% I'd say go to the gym, and it lines up with the statistics from Lemil. I've been going to the gym for roughly 2.5 years at this point, sometimes very inconsistently, sometimes very consistently. During the middle of 2023, I got appendicitis, and that was the only period of time where I was off the gym in its entirety for about 2 to 3 months. People at my gym as well, especially, complain about it being too full, even at peak times. People can argue maybe that's because it's too small, but the depth and breadth of this opinion is stark. So in this video, I'm going to try and explain why I think this, and I'm going to use traditional reasons to why people have gone to the gym and more contemporary ones which have emerged from lockdown, our culture, social media, things like that. So number one, people can blame general health. Humans have always known, at least for the last 100 years, that physical health is an extremely important thing to take care of. When you take care of your physical health, it's an anti-fragile activity, meaning the more you damage something, the stronger it grows back. When you go to the gym and you do your bicep curl, it's damaging the muscle, but you're intentionally doing that because you know it will grow back stronger. Whether that's because you want more muscle mass, more strength, more athletic performance. A more contemporary approach to this first point would be mental health. With reported mental health statistics going through the roof, like anxiety and depression, a lot of people have turned to the gym to almost use as a coping mechanism. And if there's anyone else out there who thinks that they need some sort of release or some sort of activity to get outside and just escape for a little bit, the gym is one of the healthiest forms of this. Some people turn to drugs. Some people turn to other forms of spending their time. But the gym is probably one of the best. You'll never regret going to the gym. Of course, unless you fucking tear something. More contemporarily, number two, it's seen as attractive to both sexes, whether that's because of muscle mass or athletic ability. With online dating holding a significant portion of reported dates in the modern day, your superficial and looks carry a lot more weighting than they used to, especially in a more connected world, especially in a more globalized world. A lot of people realize that looks are mainly genetic, yet the gym is one of the very few facets of your looks which you can have direct autonomy over, direct sovereignty over, and you can decide, have the choice to make yourself objectively, in most people's eyes, or in at least some people's eyes, to look better. And who doesn't want that? This is for both sexes, by the way, both men and women in dating. Point number two. Point number three, actually, I'll skip this one. I'll come back to it. Point number four, it's a form of, actually that's too deep as well. I'm going to leave point 3 and 4 for later because they're a little bit deeper and harder to understand. Point 5, body standards and social media algorithms. It's hard to avoid amazing physiques on social media because the human psyche, at the lowest level of the algorithm, sees an amazing body, whether it's a man or a woman, and they are inclined to look at it for longer. They don't have to like it, they don't have to comment, they just look at it longer. And eventually it gets pushed up the algorithm, so it's at the top of everyone's feeds, and it's seen as the new normal, okay? So this body standard means people look at themselves in the mirror and they go, I want to achieve something which at least has a slight fraction of what they see online. And people go to the gym to try and achieve that. This 6th point may just be because I'm getting older. It may have always been like this. And the example I'll use for this, a replacement for sport. As I've gone from 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and about to hit 19 in 2 months, I've seen people play less sport, both casually and competitively. So to stay active, people may have been substituting that for the gym now, because they don't play at school anymore. So they go, I want to stay physically active. How do I do that? I'm going to go to the gym, because it also helps with dating, physical health, and mental health. You're ticking a lot of boxes in that situation. 7, this one is a personal one for me, sociability. Because I've gone to the gym so much, I'm in this environment where I'm so familiar with the equipment, the space, and even maybe the people who go. I had this, not fantasy, but this rendition in my head where someone goes, bro, you know so many people in the gym, or like, you know everyone in the gym. And I'm just staring back at him. In my head, I'm going brick by brick. What do I mean by that? I mean, I've gone to the gym so many times, and each time I've met 1 new person, 2 new person, 3 new person. And now I recognize a lot of people because I did the hard work, the hard graft of meeting new people, strangers. It's a really good way to connect with people. I'll give you a story. Just yesterday, I was training pool and this guy wanted to work in. I let him work in. I always let people work in. I don't understand why if you're not doing like drop sets all the time. It doesn't matter. I think it's just better to do it. It's better for both of us. So I let him hop on with me and we start doing the set, and when he's about to hit failure, I'm pushing it along so he can do just that little bit more. And he does the same thing for me, and then we both help each other with our drop sets. And he's like, after, bro, I'll see you around, what's your name? We get to know each other, sick. I know that guy now. If I see him in the gym again, he's a connection. Don't underestimate sociability for the gym. I know a lot of people go to the gym specifically to get big, to get muscular, I know. But also do it for the sociability. Point number 8, and the final one before we discuss 3 and 4. Positive feedback. As more and more people go to the gym, as a greater percentage of Generation Z go to the gym, this forms a positive feedback loop. Why? Because of FOMO. If so many people are going to the gym, why wouldn't you want to as well? Let's say in the end of 2020, let's say 30% of Generation Z go to the gym, 40% of Generation Z go to the gym. And every year after, it increases by 10% to a point where 80% of Generation Z go to the gym. I don't know if that's true, that may be false, but let's run with it. The 80% statistic I said earlier was about the proportion of people in the gym who are Gen Z. It's not the total amount of Gen Z who go to the gym. Anyway, if more people are going to the gym, that's going to incline even more people to go to the gym. So for every person that joins the gym, the likelihood of another person joining the gym increases. And this positive feedback loop creates a cycle where nearly now everyone's going to the gym. Now, points 3 and 4, these are way more deep, systemic theories. So last night, I was watching a video by a YouTuber called Jimmy the Giant, and he was talking about how the gym and like the far right have sort of been politicized to be part of the same culture and internet conglomerate, if you will. So in this video, he talks about the lack of socioeconomic mobility. And what I mean by that is the ability to go from a low income household, a low income household, or a low middle income household, or a middle low income household, high low income household, whatever it is. How easy is it to move up that socioeconomic ladder? Both economically and socio. That's what socioeconomically. So can you get richer? And can your circle of friends or family get richer. Let me give you an analogy. Jimmy cannot find a home, nor a car. He can't even find a wife either with a normal job. In fact, he can't even get close because wages have stagnated in line with against inflation. Inflation's been going up, and ever since the 2008 financial crash, wages have stagnated. They've stayed the same, maybe risen just a tiny bit. So because of that, a normal run-of-the-mill person cannot do what someone 30, 40, 50 years ago could have done with a quote-unquote normal job. Okay, how does this relate to the gym? Well, let's assume that Jimmy, who's a metaphor for everyone in Gen Z, has an innate desire to see progress. Everyone does, right? You want to progress through life. So if you can't progress with your job because you're locked out the job market, or you don't have the specific skills and you can't actually initiate any movement in your place of work, he's not seeing any progress. So what does he do? What does he do? He goes to the gym because he knows that if he stays consistent, he will grow more muscle. He will look at pictures before and after and objectively say he has made progress, and that makes Jimmy, who is you, feel good. That's a way more systemic and maybe even verging conspiracy theory. Back to point 4, the final point. A form of control. There's a philosophical idea that the more humans think we're actually in control of ourselves, the less we become. So if people are feeling like they're out of control in whatever realm of humanity that is, they will go to the gym as a form of self-control, because it's almost an antidote, a temporary one, but one you can take every day without any side effects. In fact, no, with side effects, but the side effects are only good. And it may even just be an illusion as to some people thinking they have control when in actuality, none of us do. But again, more of a conspiracy theory based idea there. So to go over them, point 1, general health. Point 2, seen as attractive for both sexes, for dating. 3, a substitute for socioeconomic mobility and progress. Number 4, it's a form of control. Number 5, body standards and social media algorithms. Point number 6, replacement for school sport. Number 7, sociability. Number 8, positive feedback. Some of them fit into different categories. I won't go into them. If anyone wants me to, just say in the comments. This video was a bit different because I wanted to take a little bit of a step back from the personal approach, because I know this is a very personal channel to me, although it's public, and I like the fact that it's public because I want to live with an open heart rather than a closed one. I did want to take a step back because I've watched a few videos and I've seen a few pieces of advice which bear warning against over-analysis over one's life, one's current predicament, whatever that may be. So I've tried zooming out a little bit and focusing on a different topic, one that affects all of us, not just me. So I read from a script as well this video. I don't normally read from a script, but it definitely gives the video more structure. Although I'm less present, it gives the video more coherent progress. And I think I've done that justice. Thank you for watching, and let me know if you want more videos like this style. Thanks for watching. Okay, why are so many people, and specifically Generation Z, going to the gym? In the last 4 years, the amount of people who've been going to the gym has been risen